Hello everybody and happy Tuesday. I hope you all had a fantastic, relaxing weekend and that your week's going so good so far. It's Tuesday, so I'm here with a technique to share with you this evening. Before we get into that, I just want to make sure that you guys are aware that celebration is ending on the 28th. That's on Sunday, so that means we only have 5 days left to take advantage of some of this free product. So tonight's card is actually going to be using some of that free product, so I can kind of show you what you can do with it, because maybe that's why you haven't gotten or haven't placed an order and gotten your free product, because maybe you're not sure what to do with the stamp sets we have. So all week I'm going to be featuring some celebration items, because it's kind of the last chance. It's when they're gone, unfortunately. But yeah, so let's get into it. Before we start, make sure you take a screenshot of this screen here. So this is my blog address. If you head over there and you click on subscribe, you will get access to my newsletter weekly, as well as notifications when I post on my blog. And if you are going to be placing an order under $200, make sure that you use the February hostess code, as I will be doing a draw for some free product at the end of the month for whoever uses this code. Now, if you are going to be spending over $200, make sure you don't use this code, as Stampin' Up! Will automatically give you some free product, okay? So part of celebration right now is actually a sign-up bonus. So I just wanted to make sure you're aware of this as well, because again, we only have 5 days left of celebration. So to join Stampin' Up!, the cost is only $135. And what does that get you? So that gets you $165 in product that you can pick from any of the current catalogs. And that's right, you get to pick it. Stampin' Up! Doesn't pick it for you. You're also going to get a $30 paper pumpkin kit free, and you're going to get all the business supplies you need to run a business. So if you decide that you want to run your business and you want to try to make some money on the side, Stampin' Up! Will give you everything you need to start with that. If you decide that you don't really want a business but you want to take advantage of this price savings, you can definitely do that as well. You'll also get, when signing up, 20% off, kind of like a coupon code that you'd use constantly. So you get 20% off on all future orders. And the sign-up bonus right now until the end of February is this designer series paper. So you get 5 packs of 6x6 designer series paper, and I'll kind of show you what one of those packs looks like. So it would look something like this. Not this paper though, it would be this one. The reason why I can't show you that paper is because I don't even have access to purchase this paper yet. So this is coming out in the new annual catalog, so I can't wait to get my hands on it. But each pack, I believe it'll be around 40 sheets of paper, so you're getting over 200 sheets of paper absolutely free. So that's your joining bonus right now. And just while we wait for some others to hop on before we get into our card, I just want to talk about some of the upcoming classes I have. So this class I'm doing is a beginner class. So I'm offering a free workshop for new and beginner stampers on the first Monday of every month. We're going to do a Zoom meeting at 7:30 p.m. so it's in the evening, so you don't have to worry about missing work if you work full-time. And our first class, we're going to be making one of these cards from the Simply Citrus card kits. So if you're interested, just shoot me a message and I'll mail you one of these kits. Hopefully you'll get it. Monday is going to come fast, so hopefully I can get it out to you, or feel free to shoot me a message and we can arrange pickup if you'd like, just so that you can attend the class and see what it's all about. Okay. Another thing I want to bring up to you guys is the Hey Chick and Hey Birthday Chick bundles that are available right now. So this is the Hey Chick bundle. So they are bringing this back from the 2017 celebration term. So this is a super cute little set, and they've paired it with some new dies. So this bundle right now is $60.25. So if you were to purchase this from between now and Sunday, you get to pick a free $60 item from the celebration brochure. The other bundle that they have going on right now is the Hey Birthday Chick bundle. So this is the stamp set. It's called Hey Birthday Chick, and it's actually in the new mini catalog right now. And Stampin' Up! Has paired it with a set of dies as well. So this bundle is $59.25. So it's just under the $60 limit for a free celebration item, but you could throw on something small like some dimensionals, and then you qualify for a free product. And right now as well, if anybody purchases that from one of those bundles from me from now until the end of the month, I am going to throw in a free instructional guide, I guess, to show you how to make this super cute waterfall card. So I use both bundles to make this card, but you could use just one. How cute is that? Love this card. I see we have Susan who's joined me. Hi, Susan, and Sharon. Hi, guys. Thanks for joining me tonight. The other thing I just want to mention before we get into our card is my stamp club. This is something that I'm starting new next month. So the deadline to sign up will be the 10th of every month, and it's kind of going to be like a subscription box. So each kit will include 2 of each of 3 designs, so you'll get 6 cards total. It'll feature 1 stamp set, which will not be included in the subscription, but it'll be available as an add-on. And you'll get a minimum of $20 in free product. Some additional perks is if you sign up for 6 straight months in a row with me, I will give you a $25 product credit to spend on anything you want. So we've got 2 membership options. One is a to-go membership where everything is delivered to your door by on the 25th of the month, so I mail it out to you. Or if you'd like to save a little bit of money, we have a pickup option. So that's $40 a month, and that's just a porch pickup. So same thing, it would be available by the 25th, but instead of me mailing it, you would just come get it from me. Okay, so let's get into this. So this is the card I'm going to be making, and I'm going to show you this really fun watercolor technique. And we are using, I'm just going to get out my celebration brochure. So this is the bundle we're going to be using. It is the Berry Blessing stamp set and Berry Delightful designer series paper. Just so you guys can see a better look at what the paper looks like. This is it here. It coordinates with tons of colors. Balmy Blue, Blackberry Bliss, Calypso Coral, tons and tons and tons. The list goes on. As you can see all my little hearts at the bottom. These are all the colors that coordinate. Excuse me, I tickle my throat. So this is a super fun set. Let me see if I can I'll get the stamp set out here so you can see it a little bit better as well. These are the cute little sayings. Wishing you the very best, bountiful blessings, and you always have a way of making my day. This is such a cute set, so I'm going to show you how we can make this card using this bundle today. What's great about the celebration brochure is there's been some fantastic papers in it, so I'll just show you some of them before we get started here. This is the Flower and Field Designer Series paper, and I love how they paired these bright colors with this black because it just makes it pop. And then this is the Paper Blooms DSP, super adorable as well. And then the Oh So Ombre, this has been a very popular one this year. So I don't think it's going to last very long, and you only have 5 days, so make sure you get your hands on some of that. Excuse me, I'm just going to take a sip of water here. Of course, I get a tickle in my throat when we go live, right? It never fails. Okay, so let's get into this card. I'll show you how to do this watercolor technique. So you're going to need a card base. So this is Pacific Point cardstock. This measures 8.5 inches by 5.5 inches, and it's scored at 4 1/4. And I'm just going to fold it in half. And where's my bone folder here? Get my bone folder out. Burnish the edge. And I know my bone folder is a little dirty, and that's because I use it to mix paint or some of my ink sometimes. Alright, so there's my card base. And for the front of your card, you're going to want a piece of Granny Apple Green cardstock that measures 5 1/4 by 4 inches. And onto the front of this, you're going to put a piece of the Berry Delightful DSP. This measures 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. And I don't know if you can tell, but I've actually run it through the painted texture embossing folder just to give it a little bit of a feel. I don't know, you can't even quite see it in the camera, but trust me, it's there. It's got some dimension to it, so it's not just a flat piece of paper. First step is I'm just going to take my Stampin' Seal and I'm going to glue this to the Granny Apple Green cardstock. Get some glue all over there. I'm just going to stick it down right there onto my base. And before I attach it to my card front, I'm actually going to get a piece of our crinkle seam binding ribbon. Ooh, it looks like I just ran out. So let me get the little, this is my last. Oh no, I'm going to have to order some more. This is my favorite ribbon. Okay, so I'm just going to wrap it around and I'm going to tie a little knot. I've gotten pretty good at holding my ribbon while I'm tying knots. And the reason why I tie a knot, because then it just holds it in place while I tie a bow. So I'm going to tie a little bow next. And I'm not the best at bows, so just bear with me. It's one thing I struggle with. I know I always get Karina when we attend her classes to tie my bows for me. And Karina is my upline, so yeah, it's just so handy that she's so good at that. Oh, I see my mom's joined me. Hi. Thanks for joining me, Mom. Okay. So now I'm going to glue this onto my card base. Again, I'm just going to use some Stampin' Seal. And I'll put a few... Ooh, see if I can get this going here. There we go. Put a few strips on the back just to glue it to my card front. Glue it down just like that. And because we're using some dark cardstock, it'd be kind of hard if you were to write on the inside. You might not be able to see. So I've got a piece of basic white cardstock that measures 5 1/4 inch by 4 inches. And I've actually already stamped some little blueberries and watercolored them. And now I'm going to adhere this on the inside of my card. And I'll show you the watercoloring with the remainder of the front of the card. I didn't think you guys would want to watch me color blueberries all night, so. Alright, so I'll set that aside for now. Now I've gotten out my layering squares dies, and I've taken the largest scalloped square, and I've cut out a piece of the Pacific Point cardstock, and then I've taken the largest square die, and I cut out a piece of basic white cardstock, and now we're going to stamp and color our images on here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I've got my leaf image, and I'm going to get my Tuxedo Black Memento ink, and I'm just going to put some flower, or these leaves, sorry, in the top right hand side of my square. Just going to get my chamois and clean this. Okay. And then to get the blueberries on there, I don't know if you can see on this stamp, the blueberries are kind of separated. So you've kind of got like a medium blueberry and then a large one and a small one. And I'm only going to ink up the medium one. So it's kind of nice that they're split like this because it's easy for me to get ink on only one of the blueberries. And I'm just going to stamp it so that it attaches to the leaves, and I'll do the other one. So there's little spots on these leaves where the blueberries would go. So that's just where I'm stamping them. Okay. I'll clean off my stamp again. Okay. And while I've got my Memento ink out, I'm also going to stamp my little greeting here. So this one says, "Wishing you the very best." And I'll just stamp that down. There we go. So we're done with the stamping. Now I'll show you the watercoloring. So what you're going to need is, we have these water painters, and they come in a set of 3 different sizes. So there's a really tiny one that I'm going to use, a medium one, and this one is super fun. It's a nice thick brush. You see how wide it is? So these come in real handy with watercoloring. Even if you're a painter and you like to watercolor, these would be super handy because you wouldn't have to worry about dipping your brush into a water cup because it's already in your pen, which is super nice about these. Just let me get the lid back on this other one. Oh, of course, I can't do it while it's in the case, you know? There we go. Okay, so set that aside. So what you're going to need, I'm just going to put all this stuff aside. You are going to need your chamois handy. And to color the blueberries, I'm using 3 colors. So I've got Night of Navy and Pacific Point and Balmy Blue. And I chose these 3 colors because they coordinate with the designer series paper we're using. Okay, so now you're going to take your, I've got my fine tip watercolor brush or water painter, and I'm just going to put it in my chamois, and there's a little push button, and I'm going to squeeze into my chamois just to get some water onto my brush. And then I'm going to put it slightly into my ink pad to pick up some of the color. And then with the water, I'm just going to smush the ink around. And then without changing colors, I'm going to get some Pacific Point and kind of blend it in there. I put a little bit too much ink, so I'll put it in my chamois. Just like that. And then to finish it off, I'm going to get some Balmy Blue on this side. I feel like it needs a little bit more Night of Navy on this side. So this is a nice thing with watercoloring, is you've got the water, you can kind of make it look however you'd like. So I'm happy with that, guys. So now I'm going to do the same thing with the other one. So I'm just going to get my brush wet again. And you see how I use my chamois to clean off my brush too? That's another great use for the chamois. So I've got some Night of Navy, and I'll blend in some Pacific Point. And then we're going to get some Balmy Blue. Go back over with the Night of Navy again, I think. So you just keep blending the colors until you're happy with how it looks. So I'm happy with how those look. So now I'm going to clean my brush off in my chamois. And we're done with the blue, so I'm going to put the blues away. And then I'm going to color my leaves sort of the same way. So let me just get these all out of the way. And so for my green, I'm using Garden Green and Granny Apple Green. And again, I picked these 2 colors because they coordinate with the DSP that we're using. So again, I'm just going to squeeze and get some water into my brush. And I'm going to start with the Garden Green. And I'm just going to put, I think I'm going to do the Garden Green towards the stem, and then the Granny Apple towards the tip, and I'm just going to blend the 2 together in the middle. A little bit darker on this side. There you go, just like that. So hopefully you guys can see that okay. Again, I'm just going to put some water in my brush and keep going. So I've got a couple more leaves to do here. It might be a little bit darker. And we'll blend this in. Watercoloring can be really fast. And the nice thing about watercoloring too is if you go outside the lines, it's kind of meant to. Watercoloring, I think, is meant to be a little, I want to say messy, but it still looks pretty. So I'm done with the green. So again, I'm just going to clean it off in my chamois, and then I'm done. So these water brush or water painters are amazing. I do love them for coloring. So I'm just going to put my ink pads away here, and I'll show you how to finish this card up. So now I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to use my stamp and seal, and I'm going to attach it to my scalloped square, just like so. And to attach it to the front of my card, I'm just going to use some dimensionals. So I'm just going to flip it over and pop 4 dimensionals down. I love this blue paper too, Sharon. I think the Pacific Point is just so bright and cheery. There. And because, like I always say, every card needs some bling, I've got some of my basic rhinestone jewels here. And I'm just going to do like a little cluster of 3 in the same spot. Ooh, stuck to my finger instead of to my take your pick tool. There we go. So that's it. So Now I've got a couple of cards that I can send out. That is a fun watering color technique. I hope you guys enjoyed my video, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week. And we will see you Friday at noon for Fancy Fold Friday. Happy stamping!